A Light Within Darkness Chapter 102 Fan Fiction by Azazyel. This world is, thankfully, untainted and, even more importantly, far away from the swirls of the Great Rift. Isha mused as she threaded her soft hands through my hair, as I laid my head on her lap. The southeastern part of the galaxy is host to many of the Necrontyr's hidden tomb worlds, where they seeded the worlds with Necron Pylons to dissuade the Eldar from settling onto the worlds. I spoke softly. Ellesmere's voice then spoke up from my side, where she was sitting in a meditative position. "Will the Necrons be an issue for us?" she asked curiously. I gave a slight hum before answering frankly. "It's complicated to answer. The Necrons are soulless automatons with only the highest members of the Necrons having anything resembling free will. Some dynasties will no doubt attack us at first sight, others would try to rule over us, and the others would leave us be. The Necrons were very much a mixed bag. And I was of the opinion that dealing with them was entirely too much damn trouble. Maybe instead of Tau space, I should have had the sect teleport onto a squat world. They are normally fairly chill, all things told. I mused before mentally shrugging, as I was already here. And due to the trip I made through Slaanisha's realm, I was currently glutted on resources for the sect for a good while. So I was content to teach my new adorable Tau disciples along with my other human and the few Eldar disciples I had. My senses expanded from my body, and I saw Arya and her ghostly sister, leading 60 Tau through the beginnings of meditation through the specialized hymns I had that everyone learned before getting into a cultivation and body refining technique. Because having a stronger soul just made you better in cultivating altogether. It honestly baffled me how cultivators in all the previous novels I read didn't focus on the soul much earlier, unless they had a cheat that was focused on the soul. Or they already had a monstrously powerful soul due to having reincarnated or transmigrated. "Lady Isha. And how are you feeling lately?" Ellesmere asked tentatively. And thankfully, Isha was more civil with the Eldar of the sect as of late, especially Ellesmere, so she responded quietly. "I am doing well personally. I have already spread my domain across the world to hide it from the Empyrean. Likewise, the son and daughter of my husband's loins is growing within my womb well indeed." My lips twitched at how she used her words with Isha, giving a soft chuckle that made her large breasts bounce mightily before she took a hand from my head and placed it atop her chest and teased. "Oh, thy heart twitched upon my words, my dear. Does the thought of parenthood scare thee so?" Before I could walk into that landmine, as Ellesmere was giving me a judging look as I hadn't knocked her up naturally yet. I was saved as Matthias's personal jade messenger stick rumbled on my side. And she, along with Arya, had their own jade messenger sticks that could connect directly to me, with how they were my personal disciples. "Yes, Matthias, did you have a question?" I asked calmly as I ignored my Eldar lover's knowing looks at how I avoided the previous topic. The jade messenger stick vibrated before Matthias's voice came through. "Ah, yes, Master, there is indeed troubling news. The planet's sensors have picked up a large flotilla of orc attack meteors coming towards the planet." My lips twitched hearing that, so I sat up with Isha, giving a noise of discontent as I sat up and spoke. "Should the orcs land on the planet, then the sect will reinforce the local area and city of Tarquesh, and should you tell me the locations of where the orcs seem concentrated, I will also help deal with them." There was a pause before Matthias spoke with some confusion in her voice. "That's it? You don't want any resources or have the range of your autonomous zone extended for your help?" I snorted and said with amusement. "Matthias, if I want more territory, the Tau will happily give it to me in return for pills that extend the ethereal's lifespan. And when they realize the more Tau I am training means the more cultivator Tau they will have in their control." I could hear Matthias's senior in the head of the world's water caste say with some amusement. "He may be right, but others won't like his tone at being right." I didn't address her words and instead went ahead and got back to the topic. "I will be bringing up the sect's defensive wards to obscure it from view, along with taking out any orc flying machines. Just send me the coordinates of the war boss, and I will take care of him." I paused and then spoke again. "Oh, and send some flyers to the sect. I have some specialized treasures that are perfect for making sure orc spores can't infect the world. Immortal blood killers. It was a wonderful magnifying glass treasure that would concentrate light from the sun to bake the earth to destroy any blood that remained from an immortal so they couldn't revive. Then, when you used moonlight through the glass, it would destroy any soul remnants in the area to deny them the ability to put their souls back together after death. Physical and spiritual death would be more plentiful to deal with orc spores. Then, with an audible crackling noise, I disconnected the chi connection between me and my disciple as Isha softly mused. The Tao wished to test you, my love. And I gave a slight chuckle before I spoke. Large numbers of orcs. They are just chaff in my hands unless they are a war boss with the plot armor of their WAF energy. Let the disciples of the sect and demon-filled sparring dolls have something to whip their blades upon. In that same vein, I ran a finger across the ring across my finger, and my shadow spread across the ground with the 5 changed and altered demons of Slainish that were bound to myself, kneeling on the ground in my shadow. The old one ring, which bound the 5 demonettes along with myself, knowing their true names and having bound them completely, kept them loyal to a level only matched by my own personal demons within the warp. Either way, I looked at the 5 and spoke. You will follow my disciples in the shadows, let them be hurt, harmed, and even maimed in losing limbs. But do not let them die. I ordered with the 5 demons quickly sinking back into my shadow and entering the shadows of the sects to attach themselves to the leading disciples of the sect.